If I were to ask you now to please introduce yourself to me, it will be basically like you will tell me your name, then you will tell me your age, maybe you will tell me what you do for a living, then you will tell me what you do basically most of the time as a hobby. And the reason for this is basically because all of these things are actually things which you are identifying yourself with. And this identification is basically the key to every manifestation in your life. Because as we all know, there's nothing to do with things that we want or that we wish for. Manifestation is basically just about what we feel. Like the core of what we feel is based on what we are convinced about. And the core of conviction is our identification, what we identify ourselves with. And I actually managed to get rid of addiction, alcohol, with this identification. Because for a long time, like for around, I would say it was 5-6 years, like this heavy drinking. I was like I don't know how to call this, part-time alcoholic. I don't know. There are many stages, I would say, into alcoholism. I don't know. I'm not so into this, but I was like, for example, drinking for 2 weeks consistently, and then I stopped it like for 2 weeks, and then I started again for 2-3 weeks. It was always this roller coaster. But this is still alcoholism because even if you have like breaks in between, you still drink consistently, so it's considered obviously it's an alcohol problem. Okay, it's an addiction, and I could not stop. I made like goals for the new year, and I faded like already in the middle of January. Started to drink there again, or whatever time in between. Ask myself questions then, even like in a negative way. Why I cannot stop drinking, why I'm still drinking. But yeah, the main problem, the core problem was because I tried to set myself a goal, like I want to, I would like to. So, but now what I did different in this year, in 2026, compared to the other years before, I started, instead of setting goals, I started to identify myself with certain things. Things like I am a person who doesn't drink alcohol. I am alcohol free. Stuff like this. I am, and then something which was connected to the actual, like I said, goal, but it was like an identification. So, and because of this identification process, I managed to stop with it. Within the last 5 or 6 years, there was not one time where it was even close. Like there was no period which was so long that I could stop drinking. And this changed it like massively this year. And I have to be honest, in the beginning it was still difficult. Like in January, I don't remember if it was 2 or 3 times, but there were still 2 or 3 times I still drank, not so much anymore, especially compared to before, but there were still like 2-3 evenings. Yeah, but and this is the point, this is the thing. In the beginning, it was also like really difficult still. Like I went to the market and I got triggered like instantly actually. Or I saw like an advertise on the TV and it was like about beer or something. And of course, like this was still like a big trigger because it took some time, and it always takes some time until the new identification is in complete alignment. But it doesn't matter what happened, you have to try your best to don't react to anything. If you continue with whatever goal you have and you start this identification, this new identification progress, after some time, the outer world has no other option actually to respond in this way, that it accepts that you're not this person anymore. This is why the I am is so powerful, because the I am is actually our real name, you can call it. And everything what you say after the I am is actually what you really are. This is why also you have to be really careful and really specific what you what you identify yourself with. Because I had a talk really often already about these topics with some of my friends, and they always ask me some questions about all these manifestation things and everything around this topic. And a question which appeared sometimes was, for example, they wondered, like, Nick, how is it possible that you can identify as everything? Because some things are not possible, for example, physically, like flying was the example. And yes, if I say I am a person which can fly, I identify as someone flying. Of course, I'm not a bird and you're not a bird. It doesn't matter how much you identify with this, you will not become a bird and suddenly get wings and can fly then. But when you say, I'm a person which can fly, then what can happen is, if you step fully into this identity, then you can suddenly travel more. You fly then more in airplanes. And this is why you have to be careful and really, really specific with identification, is because what can also happen is, if you identify as a person which can fly, you can fall from a building and then you fly for some seconds and hit the ground. Your manifestation came true because you identified with someone which can fly, so you fall from the building and, your manifestation came true because there was no specific thing that you told the universe. So you have to be really, really specific with whatever you do. It's the same for I'm a millionaire. That's not specific enough. I see this often, this videos about money manifestations. And yeah, a lot of people understand this already with the I am. But even if you say I'm a millionaire, it can mean anything. You can be a millionaire in potatoes, Like you have to be really specific. If you say I'm a millionaire, it can happen that you get like 1,000,000 potatoes. And then you're a millionaire of 1,000,000 potatoes. So this is why, I don't know, if you want 1,000,000 potatoes and this is actually your manifestation goal, I mean, I don't blame you for it, but you understand what I mean. I guess for most people it's money when it comes to, I'm a millionaire, I'm this, and be really specific, be really careful with every manifestation, with every identification, and know how powerful the I am is.